president of Olympia Holdings Corporation. He was on the Planning Commission as well from 1999 to 2007. He served on our city council since November of 2008. Mayor Jones' community goal is to remain open and accessible to the public, to play a unifying role among fellow council members and other community leaders in order to facilitate consensus on what actions should be implemented to keep Garden Grove a great place to live and work. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, please join me in welcoming to the podium to give his State of the City address, our Mayor, the Honorable Steve Jones. Welcome.
Wow. I mean, just wow. If you guys are anything like me, I bet you sit around all year waiting for this day to finally come. And here it is, Groundhog Day. So just the fact that you guys are here, skipping all those wild parties all across the county, to be here with me today on actual Groundhog Day, it warms my heart. So thanks. Good afternoon. As a 16-year member of the Garden Grove Chamber of Commerce, I would like to thank them for inviting me to speak here today. Can I please ask all of the Garden Grove Chamber of Commerce board members to please rise and be acknowledged for just a moment. I would also like to acknowledge some of my family members who are present here today. My wife, Manavani, my mother, Marjorie Jones, my sister, Linda Jones, and the entire Pangdara, Chittavong, and Sengpachon clan. Give yourselves a high five. I was born and raised in this crazy town, and I've seen it boom and grow, develop, decay, and begin to redevelop over the course of my lifetime. I am deeply rooted here and have been actively engaged as a city official in various capacities for almost 2 decades, even though I'm just barely that old. Needless to say, the thrill of finally becoming the elected mayor and having this opportunity to deliver my very first State of the City address is ridiculously overshadowed by the stress of wanting it to be just perfect. So I draw upon something I learned in a previous life while I was still working in corporate America as an entry-level sales rep for a publicly traded industrial lighting company. The sales process was technical, and it involved calling on professional engineers and getting them to specify our products into their design blueprints. Half the sales force came from a marketing background, and the other half came from an engineering background. I once asked the National Vice President of Sales which group ends up being the best, and he said it's a toss-up, but that what he looked for the most in new hires, in addition to core qualifications anyways, was a certain sense of insecurity that drives people to keep performing at a high level day in and day out. It was all about having that mental quirk that doesn't allow you to stop and enjoy your past successes because you're too busy trying to figure out how you're possibly ever going to top them in this lifetime. On that validation, I went on to become a relatively successful salesperson for the company. And based upon that same premise, I intend to overcome my fear of public speaking in front of large audiences. One day, hopefully. Garden Grove has had its own insecurities. Up until recent years, we have been somewhat of a Rodney Dangerfield city. No matter what we did, we just couldn't seem to get any respect around the county. But that is changing fast. We enjoyed an initial heyday way back in our formative years, as our gardens and groves were rapidly developed in the post-World War II boom era. Then we experienced an extended period of stagnation as other newer cities around the county learned from our mistakes and did a better job of master planning their communities. And now we are immersed in an exciting period of revitalization. In recent years, Garden Grove has faced its identity crisis head-on, and we have been proactively working to reimagine what the future of our city might look like. At this point in time, the stars have aligned for Garden Grove to experience a whole new Renaissance era in the years to come. And as I learn a thing or two about leadership and adapt to my new role as the mayor, I am comforted in knowing I will be surrounded by an outstanding city council, a larger-than-life city manager, a gifted group of department directors, and a vibrant entourage of highly qualified staff members to help keep everything in check and moving forward. And I'd like to pause to make some more introductions. If you could, please hold your applause till the end, because I'm going to bring up a whole lot of people. Mayor Pro Tem Fat Bowie. Senior Council Member Chris Beard. Where you at? Council Member John O'Neill. Council Member Tu Ha Nguyen. Council Member Stephanie Klopfenstein. Council Member Kim Nguyen. City Manager Scott Stiles. Can I ask all of our department directors to please rise and be acknowledged with this group as well? And last but most certainly not least, can I ask all city staff members to please rise for a brief moment of embarrassment? Thank you, please applaud. Team Garden Grove, thank you very much. You may be seated. Garden Grove is once again becoming a pretty cool place to be. It's a cool place to live, a cool place to work. It's a cool place to visit as a tourist. And it's also a pretty cool place to park your hard-earned money as an entrepreneur or a value investor. We are a living, breathing microcosm of the global economy magnified into a 180,000 population city. We are a rich and harmonious mixture of many cultures from across the world living together in a relatively confined space. Looking forward, we're going to choose our own way and not attempt to mimic what any other cities are doing. Among our most sacred core values, we are authentic. We are compassionate. We are welcoming. And we are planning to keep things very, very real here in the GG. This type of thinking is what I and many others refer to as placemaking. Garden Grove exemplifies the inclusive nature of placemaking as a way for us to celebrate our rich past and craft a promising future for the city. It's a way of thinking that is taking us from an old economy to a new economy as we continue to reimagine Garden Grove. I want to introduce you to two people who have cornered the market on placemaking. Aaron Paley and Shaheen Sadeghi. By background, one is an urban planner and the other is a clothing designer. They each have completely unique perspectives about what it takes to move cities to the next level. And yet they both share a similar view about why they see Garden Grove as a city where all the key elements are coming together. Aaron Paley was co-founder and executive producer of Ciclavia, and is principal at Community Arts Resources, or CARS. I first met Aaron after participating in his third Ciclavia event in Los Angeles. Ciclavia is now the largest car-free open streets event in the United States, temporarily turning streets into places for people to walk, bike, socialize, and celebrate their city. Shaheen Sadeghi is the most highly sought-after retail developer in Southern California, as evidenced by his well-known projects, the Lab and the Camp in Costa Mesa, and the Packing House District in Anaheim. Shaheen is the curator of cool. His company, Lab Holdings, which stands for Little American Business, develops eclectic restaurant and retail centers by adding active programming elements such as art exhibits and alternative music performances to create an environmentally conscious shopping experience. Shaheen practices what he refers to as the 4 C's: community, culture, consumers, and consciousness. Let's take a look at a video that features both of these great pioneers.
Placemaking. What is placemaking? Placemaking is actually taking an anonymous space, a place that doesn't have a feeling to it, and imbuing it with a sense of character.
Placemaking, in my mind, is a environment where your citizens and your community can come together, gather, have a bonfire, eat food, have conversations.
Feel the burner? Yeah! Check it out, Mike, your beat, right up and over.
Neighborhoods and communities are coming together, and we're starting to celebrate our own local makers and local food and local culture, and I think this is just something that's arrived within our culture and within our cities. And
that actually turns into extra sales for the merchants and businesses and the residents, and everybody gains by placemaking. The idea that Garden Grove is part of the group of cities that are really taking a leadership role in Orange County in defining new transportation options, active transportation options, rethinking the way business and retail work. I think these are revolutionary ideas that I'm not seeing in other cities like Garden Grove.
Particularly this next generation of younger people that have different expectations and have perhaps more sophistication. I think the idea of doing things in their neighborhood and working in their neighborhood and eating in their own neighborhood and entertaining in their own neighborhood really has value.
I hope that 10 years from now, Garden Grovers are going to look back on this time in a couple of years that have led up to this point, and they'll say, we laid the groundwork for a new city. It's still Garden Grove, but it has a sense of itself that it didn't have before, a sense of excitement, the 21st century Garden Grove.
Aaron Paley, thank you for being here. I'm a better person for having spent a lot of time with you in recent years, and I thank you for everything. During the recent election cycle, I felt an overwhelming outpour of love and support from all across town. Some people even told me, "You're going to make a great mayor." So based on those assurances, I started out by doing what any great and visionary leader would naturally do first. I Googled it. And here are some of the key takeaways that the World Wide Web had to offer. Quote number 1. Oftentimes, mayors require more persuasion skills than decision skills, which is another way of saying that my title and $10 will get me and whoever I'm trying to persuade a cup of coffee at Starbucks. Or from another perspective, that I better remain humble, likable, and utilize my intrinsic gift of de-escalating tensions and bringing people together if I want to get things done. Number 2, a mayor should only promise what he or she can deliver within his or her control. Although good intentions are laudable, an honest mayor knows that there are many people involved in every key decision. So I intend to focus on facilitating a collaborative vision for the future of the city, and then promoting that vision to the public without regard for who takes credit. However, the one thing I will promise right here and now is that by the end of this speech, I'm going to reveal the one special ingredient that's going to take everything together for the future of our city. So hang in there and I'll circle back around to that at the end. Quote number 3 from the World Wide Web. A mayor should have good communication skills, especially the ability to listen, and always remember that he or she is not capable of learning while he or she is talking. So I'm going to be a good listener. I'm going to focus on putting people who have good ideas together with the people who can implement those good ideas and make good things happen. And I want to point out that during the campaign season, my signs did not say Steve Jones for mayor, but instead they said Steve Jones for Garden Grove. This is strictly an act of community service for me. It's a demonstration of my love for this city, and I intend to pour myself into serving and supporting the residents, business owners, city staff, city management, and my fellow council members in an attempt to make some great things happen that we can all be proud of together. If we are able to realize even just a fraction of what we already have in our pipeline, let alone all the fresh new ideas that are about to come forward from our new city leaders, our future accomplishments will be phenomenal. One of the changes that is preparing us for the future is our transition to district elections. We're changing the way we govern, and more importantly, we are deepening the dialogue within our community. Governance by district will give us the opportunity to embrace heightened accountability and suggest ways in which we can restructure our local government to better serve our residents. Let's watch a short video that introduces your new City Council leadership team.
One word?
Just one?
Energized.
Positive.
Dedicated.
Leadership.
Integrity.
Motivated.
Oops, that's more than one word, huh? Okay, hold on.
Committed.
My district?
My district.
Spans different cultures and ethnicities.
Wonderfully diverse. A friendly and engaged community.
Where neighbors help neighbors.
A hidden gem with great potential.
A family-friendly place.
Made up of hardworking people that want a clean and safe place to call home.
A place that welcomed me, a refugee from Vietnam years ago.
My goal for my district is...
My greatest hope is...
To focus on improving public safety and nourishing small business growth.
Build a strong relationship between the council and the community.
Preserve, protect, and enhance our neighborhoods.
Engage the community.
Learning from one another and working together.
so they can share their thoughts, ideas, and concerns.
Through cultural, social, and culinary exchanges.
Achieve a multiplier effect in productivity.
So that citizens have opportunities.
And perpetuate the pride they have in their community.
As we celebrate our small town feel.
For many years to come.
I am
Councilmember Chris Beard, District 1.
Councilmember John O'Neill, District 2.
Councilmember Tu Hang Nguyen, District 3.
Mayor Pro Tem Pat Bui, District 4.
Councilmember Stephanie Klopfenstein, District 5.
Councilmember Kimberly Snoin, District 6.
Mayor Steve Jones.
And we are here to serve you, Garden Grove.
Our newly elected 7-member City Council is off to a great start, and I can already tell we are going to have the most cohesive group of public servants as long as I have been involved in this city. Let's talk about the old economy versus the new economy in Garden Grove. Thanks to the grand opening of the Great Wolf Lodge within the past year, and also thanks to our Reimagine Garden Grove campaign efforts, Garden Grove is on the right track. But even if you're on the right track, you're gonna get run over if you just sit there. So we have to keep the momentum moving forward. Today, what's important is being rich in talent and ideas and attracting educated people. Before, people followed jobs, and locations were selected primarily based upon access to transportation and availability of raw materials. Today, talented, well-educated people choose desirable locations to live first and foremost. Then they look for a job. They look for places where a high quality of life matters most, and they look for a clean, green environment, proximity to restaurant and retail options, and recreational opportunities. Lisa Kim, are you here? I can't see, but I'd like to stop and acknowledge Lisa Kim. The recent hiring of Lisa Kim as the Director of Community and Economic Development exemplifies our renewed commitment to business attraction and retention. I'd like to highlight a number of new business openings and developments all around town, just to give you a snapshot of everything we've got going on. Jace Jensen, JP Cali Foods, recently bought an industrial property and took over an existing mom-and-pop egg roll manufacturing operation. With the help of our planning department, they will soon employ some rather innovative technology, which will allow them to ramp up production capacity while also preserving freshness and improving product quality. Sunny Wynn, where are you at, buddy? Another exciting new business in town is Seven Leaves Cafe. Started by four brothers, Sunny, Vin, Quang, and Han Nguyen, Seven Leaves strives to become the Asian Starbucks and has aggressive plans for expansion in the coming year. Seven Leaves is headquartered right here in Garden Grove and currently has 2 of its 9 total locations in town, one at Euclid and Trask and the other at Westminster and Cary. The successful opening of Walmart at the Promenade has attracted gourmet and healthier fast food offerings, all wanting to take advantage of destination-oriented shoppers. So we now have Blaze Pizza, Chipotle, Wingstop, Panda Express, Yogurtland, and coming later this year, an Aldi Market. In addition, we're also adding a Starbucks right near City Hall, a Nickel Arcade, Smart and Final Extra, a UFC gym, and also a Gold's Gym. Matt, pause where you at. I think somewhere over there. On the other end of town, we have the upcoming grand opening of West Grove Fitness on February 18th. Please be there. Regardless of your starting point, West Grove Fitness offers a vibrant and friendly environment for getting back in shape or even training for the Spartan race or the mud run, Kim Wynn. So go see Matt and Sarah Paws over there and take that first step towards bringing sexy back and becoming the new you. Thanks for being here, Matt. On the residential development front, we have been blessed with an overwhelming amount of activity since coming out of the Great Recession. And I would like to take a few minutes to highlight just a handful of key projects that the city is thankful to have in the works. Brookhurst Place Apartments, located at Garden Grove Boulevard and Brookhurst Street, AKA the Brookhurst Triangle, is moving forward full speed ahead, with Phase 1 opening in July of this year. When completed, this project will add 180 Class A rental apartment units to Garden Grove's inventory. Phase 2 of the project will include 400 new for-sale condominiums and 200,000 square feet of restaurant and retail uses. This project is expected to bring nearly 600 additional jobs to Garden Grove. The Catholic Diocese has purchased the Christ Cathedral in Garden Grove, which has been undergoing some major renovation work. And now, the former St. Callistus Church property at Lewis and the Boulevard is in the process of being transformed by Shea Homes into a new community consisting of 70 brand new single-family detached for-sale homes. In addition, the new Jamboree Housing Development and the Merriman Company Apartment Rehabilitation Project, which we discussed last year, are nearing completion and almost ready for occupancy. City planners love mixed-use projects, and the planner geek inside of me is happy to announce that we have 2 different live-work projects coming to the downtown area. One is being developed by Tony Lamb and the other by Far West Industries. We also have a lot of great new commercial, entertainment, mixed-use, and hotel projects underway. On Main Street, the Festival Amphitheater may soon see a changing of the guard, with a proposal in the works by John Reiser, Viet Tran, and Angel Zaragoza to modernize the facility and program fresh new concerts and events year-round that will be geared to attract the coveted millennials to our downtown area. John, Viet, Angel, please stand up for 1 second. Love you guys, let's do this. And my favorite of them all is an adaptive reuse project within the Civic Center area being developed by none other than Shaheen Sadeghi, called Cottage Industries. The site is comprised of a fragmented collection of old craftsman-style homes, which will be repurposed into possible retail and restaurant uses, including art galleries, breweries, yoga studios, coffee shops, wood-fired pizza kitchens, and/or micro-offices. Shaheen believes he can do something here to celebrate the local culinary artisans who reflect the fabric of our community. The plan is to preserve each of the existing buildings and bring this mixed-use neighborhood to life. When Shaheen told me this is going to be the coolest project he's ever done, I got goosebumps. We can expect to see this project take shape and take form over the course of this year and be open by sometime in 2018. We also have some very impressive growth happening within the Grove District Resort area along Harbor Boulevard. The Great Wolf Lodge, Southern California, has been so successful right out of the gate that for the very first time in our history, transient occupancy tax will exceed sales tax as the city's largest single revenue source this year and forevermore. Adjacent to the Sheraton Hotel, we are assembling land to develop a new full-service Nickelodeon-themed water park hotel, a SpongeBob water park hotel. Just south of the 22 freeway along Harbor Boulevard, the BN Group recently closed escrow on a piece of property and is planning a home to, BN. And they're planning a home to Hilton hotel with 120 rooms, adding another 100 jobs. This is a $50 million project that will generate an estimated $600,000 per year in transient occupancy tax revenue for the city. In early 2016, Investel bought the 660-room Hyatt Hotel at Harbor and Chapman, and they are planning to perform a major renovation to this existing hotel. They are also in the planning stages to introduce a 35-story expansion tower consisting of an additional 800 hotel rooms, which could create over 1,000 construction and permanent jobs. And lastly, I'm excited to announce the single largest and hands down most exciting development project Garden Grove has ever seen. On the east side of Harbor Boulevard, just south of the existing Target store, construction of a $450 million project is about to commence that will consist of 3 hotels with 769 rooms. By comparison, Great Wolf Lodge, which you're sitting in today, was a $285 million project. More announcements about the exciting flags forthcoming for that wonderful project. The financial state of our city is solid. When redevelopment agencies were abolished at the state level back in 2011, the result was an abrupt and unanticipated $6 million hit to the city's otherwise balanced budget. Since that time, we have persevered and decreased the deficit year after year, while still managing to provide modest increases in public safety and department spending. With a continued focus on economic development, there is great reason to believe our deficit will be short-lived. For our capital budget, infrastructure, and long-term projects, it is important to note that our fiscal discipline has resulted in the city's bond rating remaining impeccable, thus giving us the flexibility to respond to opportunities as well as meeting the city's fundamental needs. So as green shoots grow into money trees, a top priority of this City Council will be to allocate much-needed funding resources to help bring our police and fire departments up to a more respectable staffing level in alignment with the rest of the county. At this time, I would like to briefly solicit a round of applause for all of those working in our public safety departments who have helped us maintain an exceptionally high level of service for many years on a relatively tight budget. Let's hear it for all our public safety. While the future of our city is bright, there are still some daunting regional issues that need our attention. A sad reflection of our growing economic disparity is homelessness. If you've had an opportunity to visit any of the offices at the County of Orange in recent years, or driven south on the 57 freeway, you've seen this growing epidemic. Our police department's Special Resources team, led by Master Officer Brian Hatfield, actively engages in street outreach to combat homelessness. The focus is to help reduce the number of homeless and police responses involving the homeless and mentally ill through relocation efforts and connecting homeless individuals to public service providers. Finding better ways to commute enhances the quality of life for our labor force, our residents, and our visitors. That has led us to collaborate with the Orange County Transportation Authority and our neighboring city of Santa Ana. The 4-mile OC streetcar system will soon be under construction and will connect the Santa Ana Regional Transportation Center through downtown Santa Ana, then passing through the Willowit Golf Course and ending up at the southeast border of Garden Grove, with the possibility of continuing up Harbor Boulevard towards Fullerton in the future. Operations are expected to begin in early 2020. I want to ask for a round of applause and a huge thanks to OCTA and also, sorry, and especially to Santa Ana Mayor Miguel Polito. Miguel, where are you at? Can you please stand up? Miguel, you are a truly visionary leader, and I've enjoyed all the time I've gotten to spend with you on the OCTA board. You're never afraid to take on the concept cell and take on hard challenges. This is one of them. You stuck with this for many years, and it's finally going to be under construction, so thank you for everything. Supporting our residents' healthy lifestyles is a priority for this city. That's why we've initiated a Parks, Recreation, and Facilities Master Plan to guide our strategic decisions. As we access our community's evolving needs and public demand, we will simultaneously develop funding strategies enabling our city to implement the plan's recommendations over the next 15 years. We've already started on the basics. Just this month, we replaced an outdated playground at Eastgate Park, which follows the installation of outdoor fitness equipment just last summer. This year, we'll be placing a new quarter-mile walking trail around Eastgate Park as well. These improvements have all been possible thanks to grant funds from the Center for Disease Control, which has allowed us to continue expanding open space throughout our city. Last fall, we installed 15 pieces of outdoor fitness equipment at Garden Grove Park. We also installed a new LED marquee near the Festival Amphitheater, as well as 10 new park signs that will improve our ability to promote citywide programs and events. We've installed new sports and security lighting, and in many locations, we've been able to convert our lighting fixtures to energy-efficient LED lighting. Supporting that effort, we are working with the Garden Grove Unified School District. Gabriella Maffi, thank you for being here today. Round of applause. We've been working with the Garden Grove Unified School District to increase joint use agreements that will allow residents to use school green space as open parks during non-school hours. I want to give a special thanks to our Community Services Department, led by Kim Hoy, John Montanchez, Janet Palayo, and many others for all of their hard work and dedication to enhancing the livability of Garden Grove. Many other investments by our city have already paid big dividends. One great example is in information technology. Last year, our police department replaced its records management system, and this year our fire department is replacing its legacy system. These upgrades increase efficiency, allowing public safety professionals to continue to quickly respond to the needs of our community. But we're not just stopping there. In 2017, we're making plans to adopt Enterprise Resource Planning, or ERP. This system will allow us to enhance transparency while simultaneously creating financial efficiencies within each department of the city. The new system will improve the accuracy, consistency, and security of data. Garden Grove's IT department was recently recognized with 2 important awards, one in IT practices and the other in innovation. Let's all give a huge round of applause to Charles Khalil, Anand Rao, Rod Victoria, and the rest of our IT crew for keeping the rest of us from having computer meltdowns day in and day out. Thank you, IT department. As your city council, we must anticipate, embrace, and be prepared for what happens next. The next big retailer, the next big employer, the next big entertainment event. We need to be forward-looking in our planning efforts, particularly by providing a more accommodative and sustainable infrastructure. Today's consumers are choosing transportation modes that fit their lifestyle demands, whether that be zero-emission vehicles, public transit, biking, or walking. We need to stop being slaves to our own automobiles and create more adaptive and flexible forms of mobility going forward. Here's an awesome quote from a book called Walkable City by Jeff Speck. And he says, "Get walkability right, and the rest will follow." In the absence of any larger vision or mandate, city engineers, worshiping the twin gods of smooth traffic and ample parking, have turned our downtowns into places that are easy to get to, but not worth arriving at. So, to support a multimodal future for the city, we have drafted our first ever active transportation plan, and we will now utilize that plan to change outdated mindsets that revolve around traffic counts and parking requirements in order to pave the way, or perhaps rather to unpave the way, towards creating a more vibrant and better connected community environment in the years to come. Who knows, in the not too distant future, perhaps your car will drop you off at work and then go make you money while driving other people around, instead of just taking up a $14,000 piece of land by being unproductively parked in one spot all day. Aaron Webb and Elena Chang, thank you from the bottom of my heart for your passionate work efforts in this space. Can you please stand and be acknowledged? You're here. Bill Murray, Mark Ladney, Camiar, Dan Candelaria, please also stand and be acknowledged. I thank you for playing along with all of our crazy reimagine efforts. Which leads me to a shameless plug for our next Open Streets event coming up on Saturday, April 1st, April Fool's Day. Building upon the success of our first 2 Open Streets events, we will once again be taking our streets back and featuring hands-on workshops, action sports demos, live music performances, interactive arts, zip lines, and alternative forms of transportation. And then at night, we will once again be lighting up Main Street with a beer garden, live music, and downtown block party. So don't be a fool on April 1st. Come out and help us continue to reimagine Garden Grove. This month, we roll out a new image campaign entitled Garden Grove is Your Market. The purpose of this campaign is to promote Garden Grove as a city that offers distinct appeal, advantages, and amenities for those looking for a community in which to live, buy a home, raise a family, work, or just visit. At the same time, the campaign is designed to raise community pride by reinforcing the great choice of living and working in Garden Grove. Let's take a look at this creative video produced by our own GGTV3. But first, I want to say that this video and all of today's videos were produced by our award-winning cable division, Garden Grove TV3, who were also recently honored with top awards at the state and national level and received 2 Emmy nominations. I'd like to acknowledge Jeff Davis and Marie Moran. Thank you for making GGTV3 such a shining star within our city. And now let's watch the Garden Grove is Your Market video.
I love playing this game.
I want to be green.
I'm yellow and I'll be the game master. Blue player draws a card to begin. The game master must read the description of each space when landed on.
All right, I'm blue. Time flies when you're having fun. Flyer game keeps to fun.
Life is fun. In Garden Grove, there's always something to do. The killer location lends itself to year-round activities for the entire family. In Southern California, it's always a good time to take a dip in the pool.
Let's get down to business. Withdraw $300 of Garden Grove Green.
Whether you're a professional, working for a company, starting your own business, or looking for job opportunities, Garden Grove is full of endless possibilities, and it's proactive, making sure all businesses thrive. Red player, you're up.
All right. Grab your fork and knife and head over to taste.
Get ready to sink your teeth into a variety of flavors. Garden Grove offers a combination of small, ethnic, authentic eateries and acclaimed restaurants with top chefs to savor everyone's taste buds.
Yes, the Your Market card. Yes.
Garden Grove is now your market. Stay for life and make our home your home. The game has just ended, but the real fun has just begun. Garden Grove is your market.
Let me close by saying emphatically, the state of our city is strong and vibrant. Districting will be a positive change towards blending our communities together by strengthening our local focus. Your city council and city staff are united in serving this community and are working to create a reimagined Garden Grove, a Garden Grove that is truly your market. For those of us who already live and work here, we take great pride in our community's engagement in the many ways we've negotiated the challenges and opportunities of Orange County's rapid growth and development. For many young families looking for a community in which to live, buy a home, and raise their children, Garden Grove stands out for its wonderful charm and offers an optimistic future value proposition. We have professional career opportunities, a great education system, a high quality of life, and a beautiful range of housing choices. Garden Grove is where business and community meet, and that's thanks to all of you in this room who are dedicated to our journey of self-improvement. Thank you for making our great city what she is today, and thank you for your continued support as we continue to head in a positive direction. I would like to conclude with a call to action for community leaders at all levels. And it goes something like this. I don't care how many fancy titles you've got. I don't care how many millions of dollars you may have, or even how sexy you think you are. Sang Pajans. Get over yourself. Please. There's lots of work to be done here, so please set egos aside and let's roll up our sleeves and work together to turn this town around. If you're walking down the street and you see a piece of trash, bend over and pick it up. If you see somebody who looks hungry, feed them. If you've got a good idea with the best interests of this city in mind, follow through, put some back into it, and let's make it happen. Garden Grove is in a unique position to accomplish great things in the years to come. Embrace that, be a part of it, and we will all share in the rewards of our collaborative efforts in due time. Oh, and I almost forgot. So do you guys want to hear the secret ingredient to getting things done in Garden Grove? Or no? Skip it? Okay, I'll tell you right now. The secret ingredient is, here, let me just show you instead.
I don't know, Dad. Honestly, sometimes I can't believe I'm actually your son.
Oh,
Paul, I think it's time I told you something I should have told you a long time ago.
Okay.
The secret ingredient of my secret ingredient soup.
Oh.
Come here. The secret ingredient is nothing.
Huh?
You heard me. Nothing. There is no secret ingredient.
Wait. It's just plain old noodle soup? You don't add some kind of special sauce or something?
Don't have to. To make something special, you just have to believe it's special.
There is no secret ingredient.
There is no secret ingredient. It's just you. We don't need a secret ingredient. To make the future of Garden Grove special, we just have to pull together and believe it's going to be special. Thank you very much and enjoy the rest of your afternoon.